Appliance Dude show here. Jonathan rocking it. The Sub-Zero Bi36UFD. What is that? That is Sub-Zero's much ballyhooed, vaunted, and anticipated French door refrigerator, 36 inches, okay? Quick little story. 6 years ago, I visited the Sub-Zero headquarters in Wisconsin, and I remember this because I was getting married a few months after the fact, and I stood up they had us in an auditorium, and we got to talk to some engineers and product development specialists, and I raised my hand and I said, What's the possibility of a Sub-Zero French door refrigerator? Didn't even say 36 inches, so French door refrigerator. And I was they flat out telling me, not gonna happen. And I don't know if back then, and again, I'm just kind of like jumping into their minds, this hasn't been confirmed to me. I don't know if they thought that maybe French doors at that point were just, because French doors had been introduced years ago and then gone away, and they went away, and I don't know if they thought about the French door thing as just being a trend at that point. And when Sub-Zero invests in something, they invest to get it right. And I don't know if they weren't really committed to it at that point, but I guess they saw that there's been tremendous traction with French door refrigerators. So what they did kind of on the down low is they started really sinking their product development teeth into it and started working on one. And it took them like 5 years to do this from what I've been told, but now the bad boy is ready to roll. I went to the Architectural Digest show late last month and actually was introduced to it. It's not even a prototype, it's the actual thing. Touched it, felt it, took pictures of it, it's on the blog. Beautiful refrigerator. Available on a 36, stainless of course. You could also get an overlay version, and you can also turn that overlay into a flush instant application as long as you play with the cabinet depth the right way. I do know that they are working on a 42 as well. Don't know when that's going to be released, but the 36, from what I've been told, is actually going to be rolling into warehouses either June or July. I think June. So again, stainless, overlay, flush inset. No, there's no dispenser on the outside. The freezers, they look pretty much just like the regular Bi36s with the the drawer that comes out and what have you. Air filter system, water filtration system. They're beautiful. Like about this is they didn't just again, when I saw them, they weren't even committed to doing this. Then they actually they changed their mind and they committed themselves to it, and it took them years and tons and tons. There was a torrent of French door refrigerators being sold over the last few years, and Sub-Zero, they could have just rushed something out and just been like, all right, now we're in the mix, Sub-Zero's here, boom. They didn't do it that way. The company doesn't operate that way, and that's why I love being a dealer of theirs. I love selling their product because, again, I've mentioned this before, that's not a company that really jumps on marketing jargon, mumbo jumbo storytelling. What I mean by that is you're not going to hear about BTUs, and you're not going to hear about all these numerical metrics and things like that. They don't play that way. Their whole thing is, this is our heritage, our legacy. This is, we're American made, we do it this way. That's their story, and it's a very powerful story as far as I'm concerned. The interesting thing about it is, with French door refrigerators have a thing, I think it's called a gasket. It's this like flappy thing that actually helps with the seal. And that thing has caused problems in other French door refrigerators. They've broken, fallen off, gotten loose, they haven't sealed correctly. And Sub-Zero was aware of that. Sub-Zero did use the flappy thing, but what they did is, one of the reasons why it took so long, as far as, and I'm talking about years to get this thing out to the marketplace, is because they needed to make sure that the seal wasn't going to be an issue as it has been for other French door refrigerators. So they believe they have this flappy thing working the way they needed to get the proper seal. And you know what, folks? That's what I expect from Sub-Zero, because as I said, they play for keeps, they do things the right way, and that's why when you spend the money, and you do spend more money on that, it's an investment in the right product.